And here's part 2 of my little metal rant, my journey through my fandom or my appreciation of heavy metal music through the certain bands that influenced me. We were left off at White Zombie. I was talking about how metal bands at that time, Pantera and White Zombie, my favorite ones anyway, released the worst videos of their albums. Everyone gobbles those songs up. They're musically inferior to most of the rest of the albums. I mean, that one on Far Beyond Driven, that really long one, it's track number 6, I believe, Hard Lines and Sunken Cheeks. That is a fucking beautiful song. That one should have had its own video. But no, they even do Planet Caravan, which isn't even their song, and they don't even use their own video. What was a waste of money was that? But anyway. But yeah, through my Pantera, I guess I should stick to one band and follow through with the entire process of all their albums. So yeah, I got Cowboys from Hell first from that mailing site, or mailing subscription thing. It wasn't a website, it was just actual mail. And also Far Beyond Driven, which again I thought that the vocals suffered, that Phil wasn't being as varied, he wasn't providing as much variety in his vocal sound, and it kind of disappointed me, even at 12 or 13 or 14, I can't remember when I started listening to Pantera. But yeah, and then Far Beyond Driven, but I loved a lot of the songs on there, again, Becoming, and even the first song, the one that starts off, Strength Beyond Strength. That's an awesome song. And Becoming, then there's 5 Minutes Alone, and that other one that I can't remember the name of that I don't like, that also, those two had the music videos from that album. And then that crazy stoner song where I fucked your girlfriend last night, where you snored and drooled, that song. That one was just hilarious to listen to. I thought it was, at first I was like, what the fuck is this? This totally sucks. And I was like, oh, it's just I started reading the lyrics or listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, oh, it's just a fucked up song anyway. So it was fun. And then again, Hard Lines and Sunken Cheeks, beautiful song. That's a must listen if you're a Pantera fan or if you're a metal fan. Pantera's Hard Lines and Sunken Cheeks. There's a beautiful little solo at the end of it as well. Dimebag, awesome. Then you flip it over, and then there's the tape. Flip the tape over, and the first track on the next side was, I should really have these albums in front of me, so I shouldn't ramble. I'll do that the next time I put a video in. But yeah, Far Beyond Driven was awesome, and then I got The Great Southern Trendkill, which I sort of didn't like as much when I first heard it. I bought it, and I loved the cover of it. The picture of the snake is so clear, it's crystal clear, it's beautiful. But yeah, and then the music seems to have suffered even more since Vulgar Display of Power. I still think technically Far Beyond Driven is the best album, simply because of Hard Lines, Sunken Cheeks, and Shedding Skin, and Throes of Rejection, and Use My Third Arm, or something like that. Brilliant songs. And but then in Trendkill, the songs even suck, but they had suffered a lot of musically from Far Beyond Driven, or from Vulgar Display of Power. And then Great Southern Trendkill suffered even more from musically, because Phil started singing a lot less, again with a lot less variety, like he was limited, like he was not able to do a lot anymore with his voice, except it's super deep, which is awesome, which I always envy. And it's singing voice isn't too bad. I enjoy those singing songs. The what are they called? Shadows? No. There's the Tens, the first one that was called Tens, and another one that was, yeah, near the end of the album. And yeah, it had some brilliant songs on there too, but a lot of it was, the singing was bad. I didn't like the high-pitched singing again. It started getting higher pitched, but more of the annoying type. Like in his song, the Suicide Note Part 2, the super fast song. I love that song because it's so fast and intense, but I just hate the way he sings it. It's not the kind of metal singing I like. I just can't stand it. It's like AC/DC. I don't understand how anyone likes AC/DC. Their music is just bland, and the singing is like a drowning, constipated cat. And I can't take that. I can't listen to that seriously. I don't think anyone listens to it seriously. I think they're just like, oh, this is familiar, it's kind of funny to laugh at, but no, I just can't even stand to listen to laugh at it. It's just horrible. Anyway, it's getting 6 minutes, okay, so I still have some time. Pantera. Yeah, the Great Southern Trendkill suffered, but it also had some great songs. I really liked... I should have the CDs in front of me so that I can lift them up and show them to you. The one that wasn't Drag the Waters, the War... I can't remember the name of it, but the second track, the one after the Great Southern Trendkill itself, which the first song I also mixed. Some parts I liked, but a lot of it I didn't like. But I always fantasized about having an alarm clock that played a CD, because back then that didn't exist yet. Played a CD to wake me up, and I wanted to put that, Great Southern Trendkill. Anyone who owns that, who's listened to that album, knows the first track. Starts off with a blasting from Phil, and I think some guy named Seth, who I don't really know who that's supposed to be. Back then I was never really much of a fan of metal. I don't like the metal from the 80s. I don't like the hair metal bands. I don't like Skid Row type stuff. I don't like most of it. I wasn't a fan of Kiss. I wasn't a fan of AC/DC. I wasn't a fan of Twisted Sister or any of those shit. But I apologize. I call them shit because I don't like them, but a lot of people may. But yeah, that's the kind of metal I didn't really like, and that was coming back. It seemed like Phil was coming back to it. But I did enjoy that album. Then Reinventing the Steel came along, and I felt they were really sort of breaking down, or grinding down. The songs didn't sound very much different from each other, and anything that Dimebag tried to invent on that album for the songs sounded tired and didn't really work. Didn't really sound very good. He was experimenting, I think, trying to find different sounds, but they didn't really gel, I don't think. That album wasn't very good. There were, a few really good songs. I loved Hellbound, just the pounding rhythm of that. It was just perfect. I know that's taken from something else, but the way they do it, you know, I liked it. And I didn't like the beginning of it, but I loved the Revolution Is My Name. That was a brilliant song as well. But really, it's those two, and I think there was one other one that I liked. The rest of the album, I just couldn't enjoy as much. It just sort of failed at that point, and I think that's when Phil also started leaving, going towards Superjoint, Ritual, and Down, which I also really enjoy, and maybe I should discuss further on them too. But I think I'll just go with my path here through metal, and come back to some bands and discuss them in future videos. Getting close to the 10-minute mark. Yeah, so I was not impressed with Reinventing the Steel. That's around the time when I got sick with leukemia as well, and I didn't really want to listen to heavy music for a while because it was sort of bumming me out more. But I started listening to more Radiohead and all that type of stuff, and for a while I stopped really listening to metal because I only liked Pantera and White Zombie, and with that limitation you do get bored of an excellent band if you listen to it only. So I just started listening to other music because I couldn't tolerate a lot of the metal voices back then. So we'll continue on this in the next video.